I bet you haven't seen a team like this in single type cup, so today we're gonna use Mew up on the lead, Shadow Machamp as our closer, and the safest pick of them all is gonna be Swalot. So this Pokemon is not looking that great overall, but of course has access to a nuke move like Gang Shot, which we are gonna see right now in action for massive damage to Hypno. We cannot reach to another Gang Shot, but of course Ice Beam will be kinda clutch over here, able to grab a shield out of a Psychic type Pokemon, which is looking pretty great. So at this point Mew can go in, start farming down all that crucial energy, and I believe that whatever lies at the back might be kinda weak to my Machamp, since now Hypno is out of the way, and we can definitely play around that with our Machamp over here, because as it seems they have a Blastoise with Hydro Cannon, which is just gonna do a lot of work up against my Pokemon, to be honest, but still with two shields we look kinda good over here. They return now into the battle with the Umbreon, which we knew they had since that was a weird battle for my Mew for sure, but right now the things and the tables have turned around and we have the upper hand with our Pure Fists, and of course the final Cross Chop will be more than enough to finish off this Umbreon. So we're looking at a pretty solid start for this video, and let's see together what we have for the next one. Cofagrigus now up against our Mew, and we're gonna be on a very good spot overall. Those Shadow Claws are gonna do super effective damage from both ends, and that is the main key. And hopefully we can outspeed to those wild charges. However, I want to go ahead and try to catch one move on my Swalot, and good news is that Swalot can even tank a whole Psychic with ease, so definitely an all-around pick for sure. I'm not gonna be able to reach to another one, which is a bummer, to be honest, because Infestation might be a very great energy gain fast attack, but still kinda slow on that gain. And to be honest, right now we're gonna be able to block the next move and have the next Pokemon pop up, which is Vigoroth. They still have one more Pokemon which is hidden, and perhaps we do not have the best outcome ever out of this battle, but of course we can still reach to the Cross Chop, try to finish them off right on time on the CMP. Not gonna sacrifice their final shield yet, and they're gonna keep it for the final Pokemon. It is gonna be the return of the Cofagrigus. At the back they have the Machamp. I'm just gonna farm down Cofagrigus. Right now I have a Cross Chop and more ready to go. They know I have energy on my Mew. Can they reach to the Rock Slide? No, they cannot. This was only their 5th counter, and that is gonna secure the victory for this battle. Into the next one now, another Cofagrigus up against us. Our Mew cannot catch a break. So many bad leads for this team, and we can still manage to survive and of course have a win con most of the times. So right here I'm just gonna go for the Wild Charge. They are gonna block it, which is looking pretty good if you ask me, and down we go to the next charge attack. It doesn't matter that I let my Mew go down. Most of the times I'm gonna go for the extra mile against Cofagrigus, try to get both of them shields while I sacrifice one of from my part, but of course for this scenario I wanted to try something new and perhaps try something new. Bad one, ditto. Anyways, able to try a complete farm down with my Shadow Machamp here after Swalot did a nice fight up against Cofagrigus. They have now one shield with 3 Pokemon remaining, 2 of which are gonna be severely hurt with Samurott and Cofagrigus. Of course, the 3rd Pokemon is still hidden, but seeing the Samurott, I'm not expecting at all something like a Charmer. So right here, I am just gonna go ahead and pressure for my Cross Chop, and the reason I'm not expecting a Charmer here is because of Registeel, because their whole team could be pretty weak to Registeel. So reading down some certain teams is gonna be the main key in Go battling. You already know that, and at this point I'm just gonna dominate with my double Rock Slide because they have a shield, but also the Meganium is at the point that the second Rock Slide will definitely seal the deal. So that was a pretty close win, to be honest, but IVs really matter most of the times because my Swalot doesn't have the best IVs ever. And story time right now, well, this Swalot is one of the very first Pokemon that I ever built for PvP, and that's why it has so weird IVs. I had no clue back then what IVs I should have on my Pokemon, so I made an Umbreon, I made the Swalot just for the memes, and it ends up being something good for content every now and then. So yeah, I'm just gonna use it like it is right now. No reason at all to spend any more resources on a new one. So speaking of spending, I have just spent my 2 shields on nothing over here, which was a bad call, but at the back they have a Basirisu. So this Pokemon is pretty weird, not common at all. This is the first time that I'm gonna see it on a single type cup ever this season, and yeah, overall it is a spicy pick, but still kinda meta. I don't know, it has a weird fit in the meta. It's a pure electric one. Its moves I think are always gonna be pure electric as well, so not a big threat at all. So Cofagrigus into the next one, and like I told you before, I'm just gonna charge up to a double wild charge and then throw my energy because I want to threat a possible 2 shield scenario out of them while I only spend 1. So let's see how this is gonna unfold, because the first Dark Pulse is imminent, and of course I'm gonna press immediately right after my next wild charge. So with that in mind, right now they have already used 2 of them shields. I know I can tank 1 move on my Swalot and still preserve the shield for the end game. Whenever I'm seeing a Cofagrigus up in front, I always think that there is no way to be a Charmer at the back or any other Fairy type Pokemon, because they could be weak to other certain matchups, and yeah, Machamp could always be on a very good spot with a Cofagrigus up on the lead. Machamp now can go in up against Haxorus, and all I want to do is to count 5 of those counters. Every 5 they are gonna throw, and I will try to catch a move over here on the Mew. This is gonna happen, which is looking pretty solid if you ask me, and at this point we have the double cross chop ready to go on whatever lies at the back. It is gonna be the Machamp of their own, but they cannot farm down yet, so we can easily finish them off and grab this victory. Oh no, Haxorus returns and we're gonna take a draw. I'm just gonna take it, okay? I forgot about Haxorus, and a draw is a draw, so yeah, at least it's not a loss, so I'm just gonna take it no matter what. Anyways, we're having here the Umbreon on the Switch, so this is one of the few times that I'm gonna bring a Machamp up against an Umbreon, and on the Switch at least, and of course they're gonna hit us with a Psychic, but hopefully IVs matter and we're gonna be able to survive with 1 HP and a Dream. So most probably I'm gonna go down to the next move, but first I'm gonna press my Cross Chop, and this is a big win for my Machamp while I still have Swalot, and this is one of the few times as well that we're gonna see Swalot as a closer in action. So Surf here is definitely gonna take a shield out of them, and at this point I'm just gonna press another Surf because they're getting super low and they might want to spend 2 shields in the process. We're getting a lot of damage on Mew, we cannot reach to a next Surf for sure, and Acid Spray will be their next move. I'm just gonna block it, and then I will let the second one go down, because as it seems they want to just debuff me so that Granbull can return into the battle and farm down. However, this is not the case at all. Gang Shot on the Charmer, let's go, and still able to reach at the final second to my Ice Beam, and Swalot will grab this amazing victory for our team. This team is no joke at all, and we have a lot of bad leads. So into the next one, trainers against the Mac on its Shadow form. You saw before how much damage they can do with those Shadow Poison jabs, and to be fair, well, this is another Acid Sprayer which is just gonna destroy down my Pokemon. I was expecting a Dark Pulse, that's why I blocked. This was no Dark Pulse at all, and right after we're gonna reach to our Wild Charge to do some real nice damage to this Mac, and of course feign down, because perhaps they were expecting something like a Surf which they could survive in the process. Anyways, we're gonna switch out to our Swalot, which is a mistake. Perhaps I should have gotten to let them farm me down with that Registeel and then have the upper hand with my Machamp, but as it seems they have a Vigoroth at the back, and that's why they want to switch out. Gang Shot once again. Can we land for the big damage? Of course we can. Down goes the Vigoroth. If we could go for that Ice Beam, they could survive, so that's why perhaps they threw their energy. And of course, revealing here my Mew once again, before I throw some energy, will take the energy out of that Registeel, and as soon as I saw my Shadow Machamp, things are just gonna be over for this trainer. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you are new to my content. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.